Hello YouTube, just doing a quick video on one of my air rifles. This video was a request from Guns UK 31. I was moving a little bit closer. So as you might have guessed already, this is a Bsa Lightning and it's in .22 caliber and it's a carbine break action 2.2 air rifle. Let's move in a little bit closer. So as you can see, on the end of the carbine barrel, just here, we have the full-size volumetric silencer. It is actually a silencer, it's not just a cocking aid, but it also helps for that. Again, with a short barrel, it helps provide extra grip. Obviously, the shorter the barrel, the harder it is to cock it. It's just a matter of leverage. Nice and simple. Turn it around. We have a barrel mount. That is just so I can attach the front of the sling. We'll go into a bit more detail about that in a moment. Moving on, we have a red dot sight fitted on the top of this. Reason for that being, I don't use a scope. My garden's not really long enough to get the most out of a scope anyway, and to be fair, I don't hunt anymore. I've no need to hunt as it stands, so my shooting is just plinking, that sort of thing. So for that purpose, the red dot sight is fine. Now the problem I had with this, and anybody who owns one of the modern BSAs will attest to this, is the actual scope rail. It's not an 11mm scope rail, it's a 14mm scope rail, which is unique to BSA. So how I had to get around that, instead of having an off-canted scope or whatnot, I actually fitted a section of weaver rail to the top of the 14mm maxi rail. I don't know how well you can see that, it's not got the best light, but essentially that's what I did. Drilled and tapped it, screwed it on, job done. Obviously it's removable. Remove the screws, take the weaver rail off, and you can stick a conventional scope on there as needed. Okay, so moving down to the back. You've probably noticed we have a gun bag or a stock bag on the rifle. In there, we'll just open it up. A couple of different things. Obviously we have a bag of 500 pellets. Those pellets aren't used. They're purposely kept in there so that I know that at any given time I can grab this rifle and I'm guaranteed to have at least 500 rounds with it. That's more of a prepper thing. It's rarely bandage. Again, to me it made sense. If you're using a firearm, something designed to put holes in things, then you put a hole in something you don't want to, and that's useful. Helps stop the bleeding. Also we have a small torch, pretty self-explanatory, covered in green sniper tape. Again, if I drop a pellet down the mechanism in the dark or anything like that, I need to look at the rifle in the dark again, then obviously I have the torch for doing that. Always useful, but it's negligible, not a problem. Last thing I have in this bag, obviously spare batteries for the red dot sight. You get these from Poundland, you get like a pack of 4. 4 of the ones you can actually use, the CR2032s, and you usually get a couple of the other size watts batteries, but they don't work for what I need. I use them. Allen key, obviously need that for removing the scope, and obviously for windage and adjustment, so I can set the scope, zero it, or the red dot sight, whatever you want to call it. Simple lens cloth, self-explanatory. Wipe the lens clean. One of the things I like about the BSA rifle, take a look down here at the rubber butt plate, you'll see it actually acts as a magazine. So I'm able to leave 10 rounds in there, turn the rifle round, you can do the same on the other side too. What I like to do, I like to have my conventional dome pellets on that side, turn it around to the other side, and that is where I generally keep a specialist pellet, for instance hollow points, or say like a Prometheus steel tip pellet. Like I say, but that acts as my 10-shot magazine, so I can load and fire this rifle 10 times before I need to start faffing about with a tin of pellets or put them around in my pockets. Just makes it easier for me. Like I say, sustained fire, if you want to call it that. So moving the rifle round, you see I've got the sling. This is actually a British Army SA-80 sling. It's what I used to use before, so it made sense to transfer it onto my own personal air rifle. I'm familiar with the system. Obviously it has advantages over conventional slings, but that's for another video. I won't go into that today. Okay, and that is pretty much it. Obviously the rifle is covered in green cloth sniper tape, as I'm sure some of the more eagle-eyed of you would have spotted. And that's that. My Bsa Lightning 22 caliber 12 foot-pound of energy UK legal air rifle. Now as for shooting videos, I'm not going to do any shooting with it now. It's getting on, it's a bit late. Don't think my neighbours would appreciate it, with or without the silencer. But if you look through some of the rest of my videos, you will see me using this rifle. Obviously I used it on the hard hat ballistic test, airsoft sappy plate tests, airsoft helmet. I've used the rifle a couple of times, so you will have seen me shooting. However, I might soon do an upcoming video where I do a bit of speed shooting with it, so I can show you how I use the magazine, or essentially how quick I can get off those 10 rounds. Well, that's it for me anyway. It's about 1984. I hope you liked the video. Anything else you'd like to see, or any questions about the rifle, you know what to do. Drop a comment in the box and I'll get back to you. Okay, thank you.